saying cucumbers.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Bon Jovial, for that amazing opening there. I was so excited to see that, and you did an amazing job. So, hola, pepinos. Mi llama es Mónica. Mi madre es puertorriqueño, mi padre es italiano, and I can legitimately say that because it's true, but my name is really Monique, and I'm from Brooklyn, and but I really am that person. Okay, so we're going to talk about Hilaria Baldwin tonight, and we'll probably make this a ongoing segment of sorts. Okay, Hilaria Baldwin. So the reason I got into her, and so some of you who may not know who I am, and I'm not sure who, but you know, I see most of my usuals here. I run a podcast called RadioGunk, and it's about Howard Stern. And his wife, Beth Stern, is remarkably similar in my eyes to Hilaria. Just this kind of, you know, girl who always sought out fame in some fashion or another and hooked herself into a guy with lots of money, you know, that classic Black Irish who always wants to have like a brood of kids. And voila, and she all of a sudden becomes famous because of his fame, or she perceives herself as being more famous than she really is actually what the case is. So let's get into it a little bit. First things first, the reason I started this particular podcast is because I love you guys on Reddit, and the subreddit of Hilaria Baldwin is just one of the best things on all of Reddit. You guys are amazing, and I want you to know that in this chat, you can really say whatever you want. You just can't say the C word, okay? But you can actually say whatever you want and just, you know, be yourselves, because the chat as it stands on Reddit is absolutely delicious. And everything you say about her is absolutely spot on. There's going to be other shows where we absolutely do, it's just me on this, usually have 3 other guys with me. We're absolutely going to do a deep dive into the baby bump. We're going to dig into the how we met. We're going to dig into the lawsuits. And when Alec is finally charged, which I think is happening tomorrow, we can also go back into it and start talking about her as well. So thanks for being with me, and thanks for hanging with me tonight. And I will, of course, always put your chats up on the screen here so that we can talk about what we're doing. Yes, thank you, David. I absolutely adore the Village of the Damned Photoshop. There's a couple of really amazing ones, and I've been posting them on Reddit. Bobble Booey is really kind of the guy behind those. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Hillary from Boston. So for you guys who don't know who Hilaria Baldwin is, she started out as Hillary from Boston, and she's been doing a years-long grift as a Hispanic girl. And it's very kind of curious, and I know a lot of you don't want me to really get into it because I know everybody has talked about it ad nauseum. But she met him as a Spanish girl, and she knew, and again, we'll go into this with the how we met story, but she knew going into that vegan restaurant, she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly who she would meet there. It was kind of like the place where, you know, a lot of people who lived in the neighborhood would go. There's that whole big story about how Alec was really, really hot for the chef owner that was there. And she wound up getting grifted really bad by the guy that she wound up with. That's a whole nother story, and we'll get into that as well. But I have heard that she used to go past there constantly just to see who was in there and to see, you know, if there were any stars hanging out or, you know, anybody of any interest was there. And so the night she happened to be there, supposedly getting a drink with her girlfriend, you know, a wine to celebrate the opening of their second yoga studio. As it turns out, Alec Baldwin happens to be there. And he kind of, at that point, had a type. She had heard that he liked Spanish women, and so she made her presence known. I'm also told that I think that he went to a couple of her yoga classes, and that's how she knew exactly who she was. Yes, Dorian Morgan, there is a Netflix show about the scam with that restaurant, which ultimately wound up closing down. And it was kind of interesting that's how she met him. But again, so she meets him. She says that she's from Spain. He buys it hook, line, and sinker. She's a complete fidget spinner, right? So she's this super tiny girl, super, super skinny, super flexible, right up his alley. A couple of no, I could never have been her because I have a good like 6 inches on her, and her leg is probably the size of my arm. Oh my goodness, thank you, Drew Show. Thank you so much. Say what you will, all I see is a devout Catholic girl with an utter us that won't quit a uterus. That's an arborophile, a bit quirky, cringy. Yes, it is cringy. We're going to listen to some of what she's been doing lately, but when she gets angry, her Spanish accent comes out. It's also kind of weird to me that it didn't come out sooner than it did. I mean, when she was getting married, it was in all the papers. Don't forget also, she met him. They dated for like 4 or 5 months. She moved in with him, and they were married like the next year. So she hooked into him, and she knew exactly what she was doing. Yes, Rupert Pumpkin. So I was going to mention this on the show, but I have a girlfriend whose closest friend always had the hots for Alec. And she wound up hooking up with him in the city. She was hanging out at some bar similar to Ilaria. She was hanging out at a bar. He came over to her and said, I'd love to get to know you. And she's like, well, get to know me now. And she had the hots for him, and she wound up going to bed with him, just a nice little bang. And I am told that not only is he like extraordinarily hairy, but he does have a tiny pepino. That's for sure. Some of you who don't know what a pepino is, that's cucumber in Spanish. So it just became the lingo for people who follow the antics of Hilaria. So let's go to some things that I wanted to talk about. Irish men are growers, not showers. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on with her right now. So Alec Baldwin gets support from Ilaria in new photos as she wears boundaries top amid his criminal charges. So this is coming tomorrow, you guys, and this will be kind of interesting to see what happens. She's been a little bit radio silent since they found out that some charges were coming down. So the ridiculous one that she was just wearing the most ridiculous things you have ever seen in your entire life. Like this is her outfits over the course of the last couple of days. So she was wearing her empathy sweatshirt, her boundaries are hot, her human sweatshirt, and she picked this shit out. Like, so funny. So boundaries are hot was like a sweatshirt that was interesting maybe like a year ago. So she bought it on Poshmark because it was the only place that I could find it, to be honest with you. So yeah, that was like her big boundaries are hot show off thing. She her empathy sweatshirt, which of course is on sale now because who the fuck wants to wear an empathy sweatshirt? Oh my god, the furry bejeweled slippers. Oh my goodness, I think I forgot those. Here's her human sweatshirt, which is $41.99, which is kind of a weird price when you look at it. But yeah, this is her wanting everybody to have empathy for her and to feel bad for what she's going through. So I wanted to go into that a little bit. So apparently yesterday she came out finally. She hasn't been around for a little while. And this was the news story. Alec Baldwin's wife, Hilaria, says she doesn't feel so strong in wake of husband's manslaughter charges. So Alec Baldwin to be formally charged January 31st with involuntary manslaughter in Helena Hutchins' death. So apparently she went on air on her stupid witches podcast, which I didn't want to play because, God forbid, those two thin-skinned fucks happen to listen to this show, that they'll come after me about it. So here's what she said. It's been an emotional time for my family, and I do so want to express to you how grateful I am for your support, your kindness, and your reason, Ilaria said. Quite honestly, without it, we would crumble, so thank you so much being a rock right now because I don't feel so strong. So it's not about you, by the way. It's really not about you. It's really, really fucking not about you. On the podcast, she said, kids are sponges and certain conversations are not always age appropriate. We cannot deny that they don't feel the energy and pick up on certain things in the family and at home. Bitch, you have become the focus of what is going on. You have made yourself the focus. You made yourself this person. You're not usually the one who goes out, esponges. You're not the one who usually goes out to get those kids from the car. But of course, once the cameras are outside, there you are. There you are sporting your stupid sweatshirt and just being the most ridiculous person you can possibly be. So hold on, I have some video. I have a little bit of video of that. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. You need to know that usually the way it works with me is that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, at some point it kind of comes around and I can figure it out. So she, this was classic and this was the other day. Okay, hang on. Let me pull this up for you guys. Okay, ready? Here we go.
And you being here to escort them to school to be there when they come home is not good.
It's not good.
So on a human level, you guys know I'm not going to say anything to you.
No.
You know that.
I know that.
So please.
Claro.
Leave my family in peace.
Please.
And let this all play out.
Peace.
Okay? So let my kids come home.
Okay.
And you stay away from them.
Okay.
Because they asked me,
Mommy.
What are these people doing?
Okay, no, they don't ask you that. Yeah, she is absolutely mentally ill. They don't ask you that, okay? What you did is you put yourself into this situation. You put yourself out there. You made yourself be this person who walks outside, puts them into the car to go to school. You didn't have to do that. As a matter of absolute fact, you knew that these charges were coming. You could have 1000% gone and hung out in the Hamptons or in Vermont or where the fuck you guys go. You could have hung out at your, at your out east compound and nobody would have said a word. Right? So there wouldn't have been cameras outside of your house all the time. Your kids wouldn't have been crying because, people are attacking you and taking photos and stuff like that. Nobody would have given a rat's ass. Nobody. So here, please.
And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home.
Peace.
Because I'm not going to say anything, and Alec is not going to say anything.
Your lawyers have said something about the charges. What did you say about the charges?
Okay, so you just said something. So you needed to say something. You need to have the, baby as handbag as you usually do. We have never known you to not be pregnant. So having that baby there is as natural as anything can humanly be. This killed me, by the way. I just thought this was super funny, so let me just play this for you guys really quickly.
Stay away from the baby. Come here. Actually, come here. Ven aquí, if you want to hear me talk. I will talk to you. Okay? You need to leave my family alone. We just go to the bagel shop.
Look at the dog.
Okay, we want to get one bagel. I have 7 baldwinitos. We have to get 7 bagels. That's more than half a dozen. It's like you are outside or you are inside. We're trying to order our, how you say, creme queso. They ask me. They say, Mami. Why are they taking pictures while we eat our breakfast? Leave my family in peace. We didn't have bagels in España, but we do have them in Boston. Eduardo, Romeo, Tapatio, get out of that man's camera. I do not want to say anything more. But you can subscribe to my podcast. Okay, subscribe here at Witches Anonymous. I will not be signing any autographicos today, okay? Just please. Just go. Go home. Go home.
I love that. I love that. That made me laugh so hard. Breakfasto. Yeah. Yeah. Es muy mental. Es muy mental. So, okay, as I'm going along, I have so many clips. I don't even know where to start. Oh, here's another how you say. Oh, by the way, ¿estás expuesto? Amazing. This girl, I'm sure it's a girl because what guy would be as crazy as we are obsessed with Hillary? But she puts up just amazing stuff on Twitter. So 2 thumbs up to her. I tried to reach out to her to see if she wanted to come on with me at some point, but I didn't hear back from her, but she's not on that often. So here's another how you say. I love this.
CBS?
Yes.
No. CNBC. CNBC, and I had to pump. Remember when we did that whole thing? And literally just everybody cleared out of like this shooting stage. What is it called?
Oh, the shooting stage. What's it called? Because I've never been on TV before, and I've never been on the red carpet, and I have no idea what a shooting stage is. What's a shooling stage?
And go out to like the stage where the buttons were. The buttons where the guy does the buttons. The set?
Yeah.
Where the buttons were. How old are you? Did you really graduate from NYU? Did she really graduate from NYU? I feel like she's like Hilaria Santos. Like, did she really graduate from NYU? Do we know this for a fact? I don't know. So wait, hold on. Let me back up just a smidge.
The buttons where the guy does the buttons.
The set.
Yeah.
Like everybody just cleared out, and I just saw like the closest like how do you
Outlet.
say it in English? Yeah, the closest outlet, and I plugged it in.
How do you do that? How do you say in English? How do you do that? This is such the long con. It's just amazing to me that she got away with this for so fucking long. How is it that nobody was screaming, oh my God, that's Hillary. We went to school with her. Hillary Thomas. It's not even as if she has even a remotely Spanish name. We went to school with her. She was raised in Beacon Hill, one of the most expensive areas in Bothston. How is it possible that they could fall for this?
And
A
I
really
just
fun game of
squatted down. I put it
translation.
under CBS.
And she's constantly on about her breastfeeding. I don't know if any of you saw on Reddit. She has refrigerators full of milk. It's just amazing to me. Oh my God. Hello, Gina Bobina. It is so good to see you. So good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. All right, I have more clips. Hang on. Let me get to them. Let me get there. Oh, the grift. You know, you've all heard this. So the other thing is she's very, very adroit at making sure that you know that she's not saying that she's from Spain, but that she's saying that her family is from Spain. So she constantly says this, and she always qualifies everything with that.
Are you
That
Latin?
is what it is. My family lives in Spain.
I love it.
There's a kick to it.
And you're Spanish?
Well, in Spain you have olive oil. It's more like Italian food. It's not, Mexican, go down to
What the fuck do you know seriously about food? All of a sudden you're like an expert on food, on health, on nutrition, on babies, on breastfeeding, on being a fucking witch. You have so much knowledge. It's so
towards
scary.
the warmer countries. They have spicier food. In Spain, it's much more like garlic. My family.
Okay, you're so wrong, by the way, because I've probably been to Spain more times than you have. Not gonna lie, and every region has different foods. If you're up in the northern region by the Languedoc region in France, your food is very French tinged with Spanish. Like, she has no idea what the fuck she's saying.
Lives in Spain, so it's a very traditional European look.
You're Spanish as well as American.
I'm
here with your parents?
No. I moved here when I was 19 to go to NYU.
Ah,
And from my family lives in Spain. They live in Mallorca.
okay.
Oh my God. By the way, Mallorca is filled with expats. Like, seriously, that whole area, like, what's it called? Starts with an A. Alicante? I don't know what it's called. But that whole area in southern Spain, when you go there, you think, oh my God, so cool. I'm in southern Spain. It's going to be amazing. So beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And what winds up happening is that 80% of the people there are expats. You know, they're either from America or they're from the UK. All the restaurants, like none of them have like any Spanish flair. They all serve like fish and chips or, you know, like Italian food, or they're pubs because people love to watch football, both American and English. And that the entirety of that region, like that whole southern portion of Spain, is completely expats, and it's completely overbuilt. They built all these condos, and there's a shit ton of houses real close together, and that's what it's like down there. So you could talk about Mallorca all you want, but it's really, really not. It's really not that Spanish anymore. So
you got to consider this.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to Alec in a little bit. Let me come back to him a little bit later. Oh my God, I have so many clips. I'm not even. Okay, I love this. Kylie's the Ragamuffin on Twitter. This is the best Hilaria Baldwin video. Hillary Lynn is quite dedicated to her decades-long grift. This, you know, one would think, and you know what? I have to believe that Alec realized that her story was wrong when he met her parents, right? So here come the parents to the wedding. She loves to talk about how like 50 people came in from Spain to come to the wedding, which I'm sure was just like her mom's friends and stuff like that. And you know, her mom, I'm sure, just wanted her to be happy. So she came to the wedding, and you have to know that her mother probably has like this pure Boston accent. And I'm actually, I think I have some video of that somewhere in the archives here. But you know, when he met the parents, he had to say, holy shit, she's totally not Spanish. So I kind of feel like he knew 1000%. You would think that she would love that. She would absolutely love to be on Real Housewives. She would love Tyler Durden. She would love to be on Dancing with the Stars. I know she made a push for that for a while. But yeah, it never worked out for her. Her parents live in... Yes, her parents live in Mallorca. That's exactly right. She needs to wear a vest. Yeah, her parents are probably named Maureen and Patrick. Can somebody look up what her parents' names are? Hilarious parents met Alex as Ripper Pumpkin while wearing sombrero. And her father had one of those like evil curly Q mustaches. Oh my God. Tiger Lily says, my kids lived in Philly for 3 months every year. They don't run around with a Delco accent. Yo, you guys coming or what? Yeah, it's true. So she basically went there a couple of times when she was a kid. I mean, that's really it. But she knew that Alec wanted, like she knew what she was doing. So she played the long haul grift, and she won, I guess. I don't know if you can consider it winning when you have 7 kids, which is a whole nother story. But let's watch this a little bit, shall we?
Growing up, and in this country, I would use the name Hillary, and in Spain, I would use the name Hilaria.
Sure you did.
Yes, I am a white girl. And let's be very clear that Europe...
You know what's funny about that, can I tell you, is that her name is Hillary. So I'm sure when she went to Spain, people didn't know how to say the name Hillary. So they said Hilaria because they didn't know how to say Hillary. Like, my name is Monique. Nobody knows how to say Monique, especially when I was a kid. It has a Q in it. It's just a fucked up name. Anytime I go to Puerto Rico, my name was Monica. So of course they're going to call you that, but I would never call myself Monica.
You know, has a lot of white people in them,
Sure.
and my family is white. I'm, ethnically, I'm a mix of many things.
No, you're not.
Like, look at my skin color.
No, you're not. Your family literally can trace their heritage back to the Mayflower. Like, you are Hillary of one color. That's all you are. You are a basic bitch in the highest sense of the word. Seriously.
And look at your skin color. Who's dark?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so proud of the fact that you actually have worn, weathered fucking skin, and your pure, wonderful, beautiful child doesn't? This is your comparison? Like,
Is one of us better than the other one?
I'm somebody who I love to cook paella, quinoa bowls, grill a piece of fish or something like that.
Let's do it first together. We're just gonna do what we do. Okay?
No, do it in Spanish. I mean,
do me a favor. We're gonna do.
and you know, when she does the Spanish accent, her voice gets just ever so slightly more nasal. I mean, she's a tiny person, right? So I'm sorry, Tiger Lily, she is. She's probably as tiny as you. And she just has, she gets really fucking nasal. It's almost sphincter puckering. It's so nasal. It's really quite shocking, I must confess. Okay, here we go.
Do what we do together.
Favorite thing about just for unwinding. We literally go out there. We can take a deep breath. We can take a deep breath. We can take a deep breath.
He learned. He learned.
Excuse me.
I'm really surprised that you are asking me this. Give me some time, guys. Give me some time. I had like 35 or 40 of my family members come from Spain, which equals really good party. And I just saw like the closest, like, how do you say it in English? Yeah.
Hillary's dad to Alec at the wedding says the Drew show, I can't tell you how wicked smart you are for marrying my hot tata. I am.
The closest outlet.
It's not Hilaria.
It's not even Hilaria. There is no H.
There's no H.
So pretend there's no H.
Okay.
Is the best part of this even the fact that she named her siete, as everybody calls her, seventh child, Ilaria? I find that amazing that she actually named her child Ilaria. Tiger Lily says, I hesitate to watch this. My hate list is so full. She might make my head explode. So true.
Ilaria. It's like hola.
Yeah.
Hola.
Spanish, you say
Ilaria.
hola. It's H-O-L-A. Nobody says hola unless you have a really bad accent. I moved here when I was 19 to go to NYU. And from my family lives in Spain. They live in Mallorca.
Hilaria.
No, you didn't come here from Spain to go to NYU. NYU 19. Did you not graduate at 18 like everybody else?
You're actually half Spanish and half American, and you are a wellness expert.
We were a very, excuse me.
When I was 20, I gave up dairy, and so in Spain you eat a lot of dairy. There is a lot of meat. How do you say it? Cucumbers.
I cannot tell a lie. I stole it. I'm his biggest fan.
Bring your hands together. Take a deep breath in, and now touch your toes.
You know what's so weird? It is a conscious effort to speak like that. Like that's got to be, that's some sort of psychosis there, man. It takes a special kind of person to be able to turn this on and off on a constant basis. I can't even imagine what it's like in that house. Don't even get me started on those feral children. They are all equally beautiful, but guys, seriously, half those photos look like they're hostage videos in fucking a Bosnian internment camp.
Go what?
Touch your toes.
Touch your toes.
Which one?
Oh. Okay, really? With your shoeless child in the filthy apartment elevator? Are you kidding me? Is this funny to anybody? This is why I wanted to watch this. It really angers me. Who does this? Like, seriously, who lets their child... Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Ugh. Shit. I was so excited to show you guys that clip, and now it's going to make me do it all over again. I don't want to do it. I think I had like 17 TikTok things open, so let me close some of this out. It was just a little too much. It's too much. Oh, fuck you. Sign in as RadioGunk. Look, this account is already signed in. Oh, you bastards. Okay, it came back. Okay. Please hold. Please hold. There we go. Sorry. Oh, okay. There are the completely and incredibly Spanish parents of Hillary Thomas Baldwin. Look at that. Look at that. And nobody said a word to them. Nobody said a word. Chaka Khan says, my sister-in-law was born in Argentina, fluent in Spanish. Both parents live in the U.S. and mostly speak Spanish. Sister-in-law speaks in a perfect American accent. Yes, of course. As most people normally would. Her Spanish kids are behaving like Puerto Ricans. That's funny, Affy. You're so fun. You're so funny. Okay, let's continue with this. Hang on.
Take a deep breath in, and now touch your toes.
Touch your toes.
Go what?
Touch your toes.
Touch your toes.
Touch my toe.
Touch my toes. Okay, look at this.
No, come on, Romeo. Come. Please.
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 It's dirty, the floor. Romeo, please.
That we have walked miles and miles. I went to probably like 5 different places to find thrifty wash.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Cucumber? I don't want a cucumber.
More yoga.
Okay.
He should be doing more yoga.
What kind of...
He's eating less bad food.
I hear somebody knocking the door. Carmen, is it you? Can you give me like 2 minutos?
Alec? Alec? Muy mal.
Alec.
You are shopping or while you are planning your evening makeup.
Oh my God, remind me that we will watch this video in its entirety on another show because it is just a classic her. Oh God, there's so much to get to. This is just like a, you know, go round of Hillary. It's like a best of until we can really get into totally worst mother ever. Totally.
So soon we thought about taking
They come when they
come.
come. I don't know.
All right, well, ladies.
In Boston. And then I spent some of my childhood in Boston.
No, all
some
of your
my
childhood.
in Spain.
No, all of your childhood.
My family, my brother, my parents,
all from
my
Boston.
nephew, everybody
All from
is over
Boston.
there in Spain. Now I'm here.
See.
My wife was a professional dancer.
Right.
I traveled around the world dancing with a group of people, you know, UK, China. Where else did you go?
China.
I went to a lot of places.
Liar.
She went to a lot of places. So
Consider the source.
It's gorgeous. I didn't think it was going to be different, but it is.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna answer the question.
Oh, this is a classic.
I don't watch TV.
Really?
I have never had a TV my entire life. Actually.
Okay, so you totally knew who Alec was when you pushed yourself into him at the restaurant, and you even admitted as much that you had watched one of his movies when you were 4 years old. They don't have TVs in their house, and it's pretty pathetic because sometimes you see pictures of them all like gathered around the iPad. It's really as psychotic as you think it is.
I don't even know how to turn a TV on.
I don't even know how to turn a TV on. So apparently and allegedly she graduated from NYU, right? So one would think that you have a dorm room and you have I don't know, roommates, and pretty much every normal human being on the planet watches TV or watched TV at very least while they were in college. So yeah, odds are, Hillary from Boston, that you definitely knew how to use a fucking TV.
Kid you not. Now there's a camera, and I actually think it's going nowhere.
Think about the women that you come into contact with.
Nice eyebrows.
I know for myself, 99.9% of people who tear me down are other women.
Hello. Here I am. Oh my God. Hi.
Single day. Now that I'm in the public eye,
You're really not in the public eye. You made yourself be in the public eye. There are many actors out there who walk the red carpet with their wives, and you know, the wives will step back a second. Or I would say 99.9% of actors out there, you have no idea what their wives' names are. You really have no clue what their names are. So you made yourself be out there.
experience a different kind of stress.
Kale chips that are in the oven. Actually, these ones are spinach chips today. Sometimes I make kale, sometimes I make spinach, but if I don't call them kale chips, the kids won't eat them.
You know, it feels different. It really feels different.
Really?
I didn't think it was going to be different, but it feels quite different.
Really does.
No, we've taken a couple days just to relax, and then he has a couple of breaks from work, and in October I think we're going to go to España to see my family.
Oh,
He's
you're gonna
never
bring
been
him
to
to...
Spain.
I asked you to leave.
Mr. Baldwin, why? Who's here?
Please go away.
Photograph under somebody's private home.
This is not anyone's room. Are you?
Private home.
This is not.
Dientes.
Si no tiene dientes. Mira,
Mira,
Mira, está comiendo. ¿Qué es eso?
Oh my God.
You too. I don't know who you are. You're new.
I don't know who you are.
On a human level. No, I don't know. You don't
Oh,
know
interesting.
You can't say it's your job.
Interesting that she used the same, that's interesting. When is this from? Okay, so she's very much running with that on a human level, as if there's any other level by which to.
Go home.
She's like a crazy, rambling homeless woman, you know? She really is.
Hey.
Go home.
On a human level. No, I don't know. You don't know explaining it. You can't say it's your job. I know. I'm in the end, you're human. I'm human. And I hope you remember my face one day. And if something ever happens to me, because of this kind of thing, don't.
All right, Princess Diana. Okay, Princess. Really? Do you really think it's going to get so bad because you're so scary fucking famous that, you know, cars are going to be like rushing after you whilst you're in the back of like a Mercedes going through, you know, the Midtown Tunnel between Manhattan and Queens and the BQE, and just driving like furiously on your way to the Hamptons, and you're going to get into like some massive car accident because like all the photographers are on their motorcycles trying to get a picture of you and Alec because you're so fucking scary important?
If something ever happens to me, remember that I asked you to stop.
Remember, because
food,
I could
very
die.
Healthy food, even though we are in a hurricane, doesn't mean that we can all of a sudden start eating Twinkies and hamburgers.
Oh, because God forbid you actually give the children something that they would actually enjoy. You wonder why they all weigh like fucking 10 pounds soaking wet. Seriously, they look like they just came out of an internment camp. It's horrible. Those kids are way too skinny. You don't feed them enough at all.
Kick to it.
And when you do feed them, it's fucking sugar and all sorts of shit. I remember there was a picture that Alec posted. Like, the kids were literally having ice cream for breakfast.
Spanish?
Well, in Spain you have olive oil. It's more like Italian food.
Consider the source.
And this person would say this about me, and that person would say that, and this article would say this, and that would say that.
It's all about her. Okay, listen, I'm going to give you one thing. Seriously. I'm going to give you that she has a sick body for somebody who has had 7 children. But she's a little she's getting crazier and crazier as the years go on. And it's actually getting disturbing that the hubris and the thought that she is what matters here. You know, no, you're right, Ronnie. You are 1,000% right. Okay, so obviously she has not had 7, but listen, enough. I don't even know how many are real. I mean, and we'll get into that during Baby Bump Gate when we get into that whole story. I don't know how many of them are real. I really, really don't. I do agree that, you know, a couple of those are definitely, I mean, she definitely had one. Like, I think she has definitely had one. Miss Beaverhausen says she's only had one child, the rest are DoorDash. Yeah, I don't know. She's very, very focused on her. I am shocked and amazed at how many times since she's had the last baby that she's, you know, always taking photos of going out and being out with her 2 gay besties and stuff like that. Yeah, yes, Rooster, she is super thin. I have a theory about her a little bit, though. I think that, I think she definitely has an eating disorder, but don't forget, she's really a tiny person. Like, she is super, super tiny, like Tiger Lily. I know you're a tiny person, and I know, you know, on your best day, you probably weigh 100 pounds soaking wet. And she's tiny, kind of like you are, and you know, it's just, she's a little fidget spinner. She pops back into shape. So my thought is that she gets pregnant, or let's say she acts pregnant, and this is her past. This is her body's past to eat. This is when she eats, because she knows that she can gain some weight during that time period. So she is constantly getting pregnant, pretending to be pregnant, miscarrying, surrogacy, all sorts of shit going on with her, because this is her past to eat. This is what I think a little bit. Sin Lu Hu says she reminds you of Michelle Duggar. She was going to continue to have kids until the doctor told her she would probably die if she had another. She had just lost a baby. You know, isn't it amazing to you that this one can pump out breast milk like she's at a fucking Carvel, you know, and just does like a little fucking swirly cone of milk anytime it's needed? She has 2 refrigerators filled with it. I know people have had babies who can barely get like 2 squirts out. She just is constantly pumping. I don't understand her. I don't understand. Is it a Hamptons thing for the wives to be super skinny? Listen, any guy, you know, in that wealth spectrum expects their wives to be held to a standard by which they can be arm candy. That's what they are. And yeah, I agree, Tiger Lily. She's definitely buying breast milk. Munchausen by Baldwin. Agreed. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me come back to me for 2 seconds while I try to figure out some other clips that I wanted to show you guys. Don't want to go through the Spain thing. Don't want to go through her talking about the excuses that she made for that. What I do want to talk about, which I think is always kind of fascinating and amazing, is, and I know you all think this is like crazy, so I did it in order. Shellback says, kind of wish we had Xavier to make sense of all this right now. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Okay, so the next thing I want to play is this little grouping of shit show. And this is Alec. I'm going to keep myself on the side here so I can do the Instagram thing. So this is so pathetic. So this is in January. So this is early January. We are now on January 30th. So this is 25 days ago. And what he is mostly interested in and thinks is the most important thing is this.
Do that again. Hey, everybody, it's January 5th, the day.
By the way, he looks like shit. Just want you to know, he absolutely looks like shit.
Before my wife's birthday. It is my wife, Ilaria's birthday tomorrow, January.
Oh my God, it's Hillary, for God's sakes. Ronnie says, I so wish one of the employees would speak out. I know, but you know, like with Howard Stern, they all sign NDAs. Nobody can really talk about anything. You know the way that works. You know. January
6th. We don't attach the same significance to January 6th that other people do. We just say it's Ilaria's birthday.
I don't know, what's January 6th? Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. My God, okay.
I would like to ask you a favor. Oh, right. I would like to ask you a small favor. And that is, my wife is just, it seems like she's just centimeters shy of 1 million followers on.
Who fucking cares? Who cares? I know, Sin Lu, I didn't realize what January 6th was, but I guess he was talking about the insurrection thing that happened last January. I really didn't remember that either, but this is how his mind works. Okay, here we go.
Instagram. And I would like to ask you, as a birthday gift, or even just gesture to my wife, would you follow her on Instagram?
Oh, please follow her on Instagram, please.
Obviously, I love my wife. Obviously, I'm crazy about my wife. Obviously, blah, 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 all the things we all say about people we're in love with. My wife's the most fabulous person I've ever met in my whole life. That's true. That's definitely true. But I would like as many of you as possible.
Why? So now just remember, Alec has 2.5 million. So you would think that he's like Beyonce or Kim Kardashian with the way he's trying to just like feed off of his 2.5, and probably half of them are haters.
I would like a really great surge of people to follow my wife on Instagram to say happy birthday to my wife.
Oh, fuck off, please.
Would you do that for me?
Please, fuck off.
Would you follow my wife on Instagram? Please. Thanks.
Peace. It would be really, really important to me. Muy importante for you to follow my wife. Please. Please. Okay, so let's continue on with this and follow more. I don't know why this is important to him, Josh. I don't understand it either. All I know is that he is legit 25 days away from potentially being indicted on manslaughter charges. She limits her comments. Why follow if you can't snark? I know. Isn't that the whole point? I mean, I don't really care when people snark on me yeah, okay. So, I don't have that many followers. I don't really do Instagram as much as most people do. But, yeah. Tiger Lily says, no one asks him about physically abusing Kim Basinger either. Oh, that's true. But you know what? He's an abuser. He's that guy. He's a hot-headed Irish guy. That's who he is. And, with 7 kids, she's not going anywhere. There's no way that she can handle this on her own. And she better hope that he really gets, he can be sued personally, don't forget. Even if he doesn't really get indicted or nothing comes of the charges, depending on whether or not he would settle with them, they could sue him for damages in court. And, other than the murder or manslaughter charges, they could sue him personally. And then, they'd be up Schitt's Creek. The only one with money in that whole fucking family would be the one married to Justin Bieber, which I'm sure is like a source of embarrassment for all of them. All right, here we go. This is really pathetic.
I'm getting ready to take my wife out to dinner.
And you look amazing, by the way. This is like a really good look for you if you're just about to take your wife out to dinner.
For her birthday.
Okay,
good. A bunch of our friends.
Yeah.
And we're downstairs. Gonna have a little birthday cake with our kids.
And wait until you see that video.
Our many, many, many kids.
Really, really, really a lot.
And thank you for all you people who signed on and followed my wife. We're getting close. We're just.
Yeah, I was wondering that. I think they did settle out of court, didn't they? I wonder. Can somebody look that up for us and let us know, please? Please? Please?
We're not that far away from helping her cross the line to 1 million followers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine, you guys?
Ilaria is somebody who, her social media is a big part of her platform in terms
her platform.
Of her promotion of her work. And
what work? What work? She's tried 7 different podcasts. None of them have been work. Nothing she does is work. She did one special appearance at her Pura Vida Loca Vida Yoga Vida place, and apparently it was packed to capacity, and it was like horribly cramped and crowded. And I love, there's a story about a lawsuit when this guy like fell out the fucking window from it because it was so crowded. Another story.
Her podcast and other things she's doing. Me too, actually. I mean, it's a very, very handy format, Instagram, for promoting my podcast. And I have a good interaction on Instagram, whereas on Twitter I have not as much of an interaction with my followers. It's much more quiet.
Who cares?
But I want to say,
how cringeworthy is this? Seriously, please. Oh, okay. Alec already paid off the murder lady, the murdered lady's family. Okay, there we go.
Thank you so much to those who did sign on. I'm glad to hear that guy, God, I'm blanking out on his name now,
Sin Lu, I'm telling you, she must know some mind-blowing tantric sex positions to keep Alec around. Where's she gonna go? She has a basketball team. Where's she going? Her one job is to have babies and give good fucking head. That's her one job. Not the podcast, not the yoga positions, just fucking make babies and give good head.
Ball player from Buffalo is recovering. Oh God, that like blew my mind. I was watching that game. Horrible when anybody pro college doesn't.
You seem really pumped up to go out to dinner, Alec.
Doesn't matter the sport, when somebody gets injured like that, that's just horrifying. But anyway, thank you to all of you who followed my wife for her birthday. and we just have, I think, a couple thousand more. If we can get 3,000 more, I have a couple million followers, and I was hoping
2.5 to be exact, not a couple million.
some of them would grant my wish and my request. And I think somewhere someone wrote online, I'm on Instagram begging.
Young says, I've seen happier people say their goodbyes in ISIS videos. Oh my God, this is ambient Instagram.
People. Well, I don't think I'm begging people, but
You kind of are.
Hopeful that people will do this. This is a little silly gift to my wife.
Oh, this is your gift to your wife, is to beg your followers to follow her so that she can have 1 million followers. Woohoo! Wow.
Who's always had a very, has always made very good use of social media.
Do you hear those kids downstairs? Literally, it sounds like the fucking playground is downstairs. Like he lives above a school. He lives above a pre-K. That's like where his home is.
Off and go have some birthday cake. Then I'm gonna go out to dinner and have some more birthday cake.
Oh my God, wait till you see the birthday cakes.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh my God, see, that's the whole thing. After 7 kids, seriously, her cooch would look like a grenade went off in a roast beef factory. I'm not even joking. So there's no way she had. I wouldn't even give her the 6. I give her 2 at 2 at best.
If you could follow my wife on Instagram, that'd be great. And
do you hear them downstairs?
See you guys down the road. It's at Ilaria Baldwin, but you can see it in my feed. Thank you.
The first floor of this mansion is now PS 137. Yes, you're so right, Tiger Lily. These people with this many kids make the older ones into little adults way too soon and make them responsible for the littles. Absolutely. Listen, you know what? They have like 4 or 5 nannies. They really are just, they just have a house full of kids and cats and all sorts of shit. Truth or spoof, his kids are probably building sandcastles and kitty litter boxes. That is absolutely, absolutely true. All right, so let's continue. Let's continue down this scary road that we're on with Alec. And let's, here, so now we're down to the final push. Here we are.
A little, okay, you can tell we got a little, party action here. A little party action here. Okay, so.
What are the odds that the nanny did like those decorations or Hillary did it herself? Seriously.
We're getting close. We're so close. We're so close to my wife at 1 million.
Can you imagine?
Followers. I want to really try.
Really.
Okay, there we go. My wife at 1 million followers.
So they have like this weird setup in their living room. I don't know if you see it, but there are all these little individual chairs for the little individual people. And they don't really have like a couch per se, just little weird individual chairs.
I really want to get to 1 million for my wife. Sure. I bought her other birthday gifts, but I really want to get her to 1 million. We're close. It's like 996,000.
Really.
So,
big push. How many did you buy, Alec? Wow.
Please follow my wife on Instagram. I'm going to come back and do this again.
Why, Alec?
Till we hit that goal. Remember the old Jerry Lewis telethon? You're too old. You're too young. I'm too old. I'll say that again. You're too young. I'm old enough.
It's so funny when he's trying to play soft and sensitive, Alec, as opposed to the harsh, brutal monster that he normally is. He must be drugged now, honestly. This is like Xanax Alex.
To remember
Alec.
the Jerry Lewis telethon. And I'm not comparing this to the Jerry Lewis telethon in that sense, because that was for a very serious illness.
Are you kidding?
I'm going to keep coming back live. I wish I had a lot of celebrity guests like Jerry did. But this is the push, the big push.
Wow. Can you imagine, seriously, you guys? Really, really? I can't even listen anymore, honestly. I can't. I gotta move on. All right. So now we have to get a push from the kids as well. Okay, the kids.
Go. Follow my mom on Instagram. Please and thank you.
So
today's the day.
Oh my goodness. Can you even imagine? First off, that's nanny, right? I don't even think that he's driving. I'm always confused with what
Follow
side.
my mom on Instagram.
Jesus Christ. Did you have to like suck the kids into your narcissistic fuel? This is like the stuff of fucking nightmares. Seriously, it's nightmarish to me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the time is finally here. It's birthday time. It's birthday time, everybody. You ready? So they're going out. She's obviously wearing her Kim Kardashian Skims dress because she needs to show us all that she has completely lost the weight since her new baby is 3 months old. Oh, okay, so Howard Stern's microphone says, I looked up Alec on Celebrity Net Worth. He's not nearly as rich as I thought he was. I was thinking he was in the 100 millions or above club. He's way, well, how do you write that whole thing and not tell us exactly how much his net worth is? Tell me what his net worth is. I'd be curious. Hatoro Hanzi asked, does Hillary get paid by Instagram if she has a benchmark of followers or something? You know, I bet that there's like a demarcation for sponsors and for advertisers to advertise with her. She tries really, really hard to always tag baby products in on a lot of her stuff, but none of them ever sponsor her. They're not paying her to promote them. So I think that's what I know. Shellbacks, I know. It's just craziness. It's just, follow my mommy so I can eat again. Gina Popena says, if the kid at least had flies all over it. Oh, that's so cruel. Yes, they could be more vile than the Sterns. They could be. Okay, they could be. Here we go. Ready for the birthday extravaganza? This is my favorite. Here we go.
Happy birthday, Mommy. Happy birthday.
Wait, okay, this is the best part. Just listen to the enthusiasm and the joy that is the birthday.
Yay, Mommy!
As all the nannies applaud, she has 1, 2, 3, 4 cakes for mommy. Oh, here we are having a good time afterwards. Look at them. Look how sad this is. This is like, do you ever see those videos where they have like a baby monkey and they give it like a towel wrapped around like a metal bar to see whether or not it holds on to the towel because it needs warmth and love? This is their metal monkey moment. Look at them. Okay, I don't, these kids are going to be more fucked up than me when they get older. Yeah, no shit. They are so skinny. Is it okay with you guys if we watch this again? So listen to the vocal, listen to the enthusiastic happy birthday. Now you notice that he showed us all during the daytime hours that this is like, everything's set up for the birthday party. What are the odds that they went out to dinner and then had the birthday cakes? Or, I don't know. I don't want to dig too deep into it. It's not a Zapruder film, for fuck's sake. But I'm just trying to figure out how they do things.
Happy birthday, Mommy.
Yay, Now listening to Spanish music, and it sounds like it's coming out of like the speaker on her iPhone. Oh my god, this is so sad. Where's that music coming from? Seriously, it's like an iPhone. Look at all the baby carriages. It's just as pathetic as it goes. Coach says those kids look like they haven't eaten in days. No wonder the week happy birthday. It really is just sad. Yeah, of course they didn't take the kids to dinner. I don't even know what those kids eat. I really don't. I just don't understand. I don't understand this whole family dynamic. It's just kind of insane to me. Okay, so we're done with the birthday, and then we get to she looks so weird in this video. She looks like a mother from the 50s. I mean, it's cute. The baby is abso-fucking-lutely adorable. Seriously, absolutely adorable. I just think she's crazy. That's all I have to say. Here we go.
You know what's amazing about becoming a mommy? And it doesn't matter how many times you become a mommy over. I know, because we have a lot of babies in the house. We've only known each other 3.5 months. I know, it's so silly. We only know each other
with those fucking leggings.
Months, but guess what? You've become my whole world.
Guess what?
I know. With all your other little people, all your other Padrinito people. I'm so grateful for that. I know, I feel so lucky.
She's insane. She's insane. Seriously, she's absolutely insane. Chaka Khan says, with 2 kids, Chuck E. Cheese is the 7th level of hell. Could you imagine what it's like in that household? Like, seriously, I shudder. I shudder to think of what a regular day is. She sounds like Brenda Vaccaro and Helium. Nice clap back to the 70s. I love it. Yes, the whole family is nuts. Absolutely. Baby should press the self-destruct button. Yeah, that's no, you can't tear up for this, okay? Do not feel bad for them. This is not like, she's a poor African-American child living in the South Bronx, or Puerto Rican kid living in the South Bronx, where she has like no wherewithal to go on protection, and she's getting damaged by adults around her. Okay, this is meaningful choices. These are meaningful choices to have this many children on your roster. It's just kind of crazy. So we're going to end this little segment with Alec, which I don't really think he knows how to speak Spanish. I think he knows like 1 or 2 songs. But, this is them being all precious and precocious with Siete. Here we go.
Mi cuerpo hace música.
Okay, hold on. She's saying here, finishing off 38, all wild and glam, with Alex serenading us in Spanish, Elvis style. He did his rendition of Los Pollitos right before birthday cake something. At least Hilaria is amused. Thank you for all the early birthday wishes, and Feliz Noche de Reyes. Oh, Jesus Christ. She just can't help herself. She just can't help herself.
Mi cuerpo hace música. Mis manos hacen clap, clap, clap.
Oh my God.
Mis pies.
Yeah, see, Taco Tuesday, I thought that was the case too, but apparently he's already settled the case, the civil case or something like this. Taco Tuesday says, how are they going to afford to take care of all these kids when Alec gets sued for everything he has for shooting that woman? The only thing that could happen is that he goes to jail. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think yes, every private moment has to be recorded. No, she's not Spanish. No, Sin Lu. That's the whole point of this show. She's not Spanish. She's not even close to Spanish. Her family literally came off the Mayflower. That's how far back the Thomases can support the Thomas name out of Boston. So this was a total grift on her part to be Spanish so that she could bag the man that she wanted. I'm not even necessarily sure if it needed to be Alec. I think that, you know, the cute little fidget spinner yoga instructor is something that all these guys kind of fawn over. This is kind of like their thing, and this is what they kind of like. Ay, 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 ay. So much fun stuff to go through. So that's kind of how I'm gonna wrap up today's show, and I'm sorry that it wound up being kind of like a serious commentary show, but that's the way it has to be, because I just feel the need to comment about these people and how much they suck. A couple of things that we are going to talk about for going forward, which I'll add to the stream right now, so that you'll know what is going to happen for going forward. The timeline, okay? This is going to be like a key part of another show. How they met, why they met, where they met, the whole how and why. No, I do not like anything that you guys are doing here. The whole how and why of how they met, okay? The whole bad vegan grifter romance thing. So this chick, apparently Alec had the hots for her. That's why he used to go to that restaurant all the time. She wound up meeting this guy who wound up being her husband, and it was like a total scam thing going on. It was just kind of crazy. So this is a great story. It's called Bad Vegan, and it's on Netflix, or it was on Netflix when this came out in 2022. So we should all kind of go through that and watch it, and then we can talk about it some other time. Okay, then the love the whole crew on the subreddit. The Alec Hilaria Baldwin meat story is fiction. It's bullshit. So I kind of love this. So we're going to do that. Oh, thank you so much, Ida. You're the sweetest person in the whole of the wide world. So we're going to do this. We're going to talk about the fiction that is how they met. We're going to talk about her tweeting while she's at James Gandolfini's funeral and how she tried to deny it and say that she never did it. We're going to talk about how early on in their relationship, how she was just so upset about the Paps following her, even though, according to everybody that I know, she's the one who calls them so that they can come and follow her. We're going to talk about the lawsuit that this guy had to have 40 stitches because her studio was so busy after she started dating Alec that there was no room for him, and he literally like crashed through one of the windows. There's a couple of people on Reddit who went to her last yoga class that she did. I think it was like late last year, and apparently it was, you know, packed to the gills. We'll go through Ilaria and all of her bullshit yoga psychoticness. Who puts their hands down on a filthy fucking floor in their apartment building? Seriously, who? Who does this? Who does this shit? Look at okay, and oh yeah, I just wanted to show you one of the GIFs I made. This is her coming out to like go get the kids when they were coming back from school. You can hear this, the Rocky theme, if you want to. Okay, so yeah, so that's our show for tonight, and I am really, really happy that you guys came and chatted with me. Bon Jovial made a little outro for us, so I'm gonna play that for you guys right now. And I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and hit that little stupid bell so that you know when I'm going to do this again. I'm going to try and do it weekly. The schedule is really weird with Howard shows, but I love the subject so much that I think it's something that we need to really get into a little bit more. Okay, I love you all. Thank you for spending your Monday with me. I realize that The Bachelor is on, but you'll have to get to it later on.